Hi everyone, my name is Iben and welcome to a brand new episode of Saint Reginald Zoo. Today we're going to take a look at Robert J. Emden's Jaguar Journey. First of all, I am by myself once again. Wyatt is still on holiday, and Goron was going to join me for the recording, but unfortunately he went as a steward on a children's summer camp, and he got sick because when you're around a lot of little kids, chances of you getting sick is quite high. So I'm all by myself today. It isn't because he's not allowed to join us anymore on recordings. He's just sick and he doesn't have much of a voice at the moment. But yeah, we're going to take a look at the Jaguar Journey area, which is situated right next to the amazing Doma's house made by Maskedbandit. And before this used to be a lion exhibit, and it had a lot of really modern features, which I really liked in the original design, and I decided to bring it back here as a kind of ode to Maskedbandit, because he did an incredible job with the first build that was next to this building, so I really wanted to bring back a touch of what he has done. I will go into more of the zoo science in a later section of this video. First of all, we're just going to walk through the first section of the Jaguar Journey, and be aware that this is not entirely finished yet, but I'm already quite happy with where this is going. If you were paying attention to the background, you might have seen a Jaguar pass by when we were walking here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he's here anymore. But this is a big netted enclosure, and to make sure that people are able to see a jaguar once in a while without having the netting right in their face, I decided to make sure that there are these little peepholes that give an excellent view of the jaguar, well, once they're there. And let's see if the next one has a jaguar here. No, there isn't one right now. Oh, don't make me get stuck on the ceiling, please. Yeah, no, there isn't. Yeah, let's just continue and see if we can see it in the next area, which is going to be this. One of the things that I kind of disliked about the interior that I made for the Doma's house was the fact that I wasn't able to include a bunch of exhibit animals, which I would really wanted to do. Luckily, I realized that I could add a building here with some of these animals. So we'll take a look at them right now. There it was. That was a jaguar. Yes! So this is one of the cooler viewing areas, in my opinion. It's a very large viewing area that shows the swimming opportunity for the jaguar, which I really enjoy. There we go. And it also gives you glimpses of the Doma's house, which I really wanted to continue, as it's an important feature of this area, and completely hiding it wasn't really an option for me. I did kind of hide it a little bit with the vines and the liana, mostly to avoid a lot of cross viewing, but on the other hand, I did want to include some cross viewing so that people actually knew that they can go to the other area. Oh my god, that jaguar is just having so much fun. There's tons of education here. One of these signs is this one. I wanted to make like a whole see as a jaguar kind of setup, where you would be able to get some like VR glasses and you would watch the screen. But knowing how these things work in real life, the VR glasses wouldn't last for a long time. The screen probably wouldn't last either. So I decided to just have this empty screen and the empty holders for the VR glasses, so that it does look like it used to be here, but it isn't here anymore. But yeah, let's take a look at this little exhibit. This is an exhibit for the boa constrictor. And I was massively inspired by JustGoron's Key Park Zoo. He made several setups with these exhibit boxes, but using the version where the walls are invisible, so that you can actually create a much larger... Oh, here I go. Right in the middle of my sentence, as always. Here we go. Should learn, but I won't. Yeah, so he made a bunch of these exhibits. Using the invisible exhibit mod, you can make these exhibits look so much bigger than they really are, which makes these exhibits much more interesting to use, because you can actually make it look the way you want it to look. And the same goes for these little frog exhibits over here. I used the invisible exhibit mod once again to make sure that everything around the exhibit was gone, so that I could basically split up 2 exhibits into 4 separate exhibits, which all look quite different. I really focused on making sure that each exhibit did look different from the other one, so that it did actually feel like, hey, this is not the same, this is not just 2 exhibits, but feels like 4 separate exhibits. One cool detail is the opening panel right here. So basically you would put in a key and then you can open the entire window and clean this out, which is really, really important. I'm gonna turn around this way first, because we have this cool sign. This sign of South America wasn't made by me. It's from the workshop. I forgot who it was. I was going to write it down and I forgot to write it down. But the same creator also made a different sign that's in here, and you'll all recognize this. But I really like that. I wanted to show like the jaguar and then the animals that live with it. And these are also the animals that you can find in our zoo, which is really, really cool. I'm gonna see if there's a glimpse of the jaguar again, but no, there isn't right now. But yeah, the exhibit continues. And we have another really cool tiny frog exhibit. This one is one of my favorites because it really makes it look as if these are just 4 different exhibits without looking like it's 2 times the same exhibit, which I really enjoy. And this is also one of my favorites. It's the yellow anaconda exhibit. And I was able to make a very curved exhibit with the invisible exhibit technique, which looks just so amazing and gives... Oh, here we go again, damn it. Oh, why does this happen? Oh, damn it. Always when I'm talking. Yeah, I like this view so much. It really feels like something that you could see in a zoo, and everything draws you to the next exhibit, draws you to the next viewing point, which I really enjoy. And this is what I was talking about. We all remember the snake sign. The same creator that made the South American sign also made this. I just made a more modern version of it so that it matched with the yellow anaconda, which I really, really like. The last thing that I've been able to do for this area, as I said, this is going to be like a work in progress. In 2 weeks, you'll see the finalized product. Hopefully, we'll see it with Goron and Wyatt. But what I have here is a small staff view where you could also see how they keep the frogs in the backstage. What I also really like is the curtains, so it feels like you could actually close it. And the little tongue-in-cheek reference to BroCoaster is also there as always. Okay, we'll go and zoom out for a bit. As I want to talk a bit about my decisions here and why I did certain things. First of all, like I said, I wanted to incorporate some modern feels, some modern architecture, mainly because this was a choice that Maskedbandit had made for his own exhibits in this area, so I wanted to represent that a bit. But on the other hand as well, I think from a construction perspective, it was probably much easier to just bring in giant blocks of concrete and build with that than bringing in tons of building material that is very hard to navigate in a very limited space with old protected buildings and being so close to a small river. I want to look for the correct word, but I can't find it. And that's also the reason why I didn't go for a super huge netted area. It is a netted enclosure, but originally we were going to go for a much higher one, because then that would draw in visitors from the other part from the zoo. But then I realized, and this is a thing in Europe, I think that probably is also going to be a thing in North America, and I've seen it for other kinds of buildings. This is a nice historic building, and putting a giant aviary next to it would probably not work that well and would take away from the view that this building creates. So I think the zoo probably would have to keep it the way it is. And then therefore I decided, like, okay, then I'm not going to do a huge cage here. I'm just going to keep it low, and not make it clash with the very amazing Thomas house. What's another nice detail is that, of course, you are able to see the Jaguar from inside the Thomas house as well. There are multiple spots where you would be able to see Jaguar, and sometimes you can actually see it from these areas, which is really cool, because then it gives like a predator-prey feeling with the caiman. And I'm gonna see if I can spot the Jaguar anywhere here, but unfortunately I can't. Let's go in the exhibit then and see where he's at. I can't find him. He'll probably walk by. So what I also did was do a lot of research on Jaguar exhibits. I did notice that there aren't that many Jaguar exhibits in the United States. I was kind of surprised by that, because we in Europe do have quite a few of the Jaguars in captivity. And I tried to look at Houston Zoo and other zoos that have Jaguars to create a similar foliage palette, to create a similar vibe, and that would still work within the climate that we are in. So this is a little bit more lush, but it's not super lush. It should work in the Chicago weather. Oh, there he is, which is really cool. I'm gonna watch what he's going to do, because if he's gonna, or maybe I should just look. You know what? We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna put him right over here, and then when we're here, this is the view that you would get. You would be looking at the caiman and basically have the Jaguar in the background. I was hoping that he was gonna walk right over here. Oh yeah, there he is. So you can see him whenever you want to, which is a really cool predator-prey thing. So yeah, that was my decisions for this area. I really like where it's going. Next up, I'll probably add a bush dog exhibit right here, and I'll probably finish up the rest of this South American area. And before I wrap it up, I want to give a shout out to one of the persons that has really inspired me for this area. It's Robert. This area is the Robert J. Emnon's Jaguar Journey, and that's of course a reference to Remnant and Jash. They are making really cool things. Check out Twin Palms, check out Balboa Zoo, but probably if you're here then you'll have already seen that. And this is a small nod to them. They are two amazing creators, and this area took a lot of inspiration from what they are doing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for inspiring me. Alright, this is what I've been making for the past few days. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you for a next episode of St. Reginald Zoo on my channel in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye. Aha!